Good morning, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 336 North 5th Street here in Carlton. We're located at the rear of the home. We have a 4-inch cast iron clean out here. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. Now we do have some roots coming through here. Now so far this black pipe here is looking like Orangeburg. We'll give it another look over when it's all drained out, but it's showing a lot of deformation in the flow line especially. Another root intrusion here at about 20 feet out. Now it transitions over to, it looks like ABS plastic right here, and then immediately over to 3034 PVC. And here at 22 feet, it appears we've reached the terminus of the line. I'm going to do locates to verify where it terminates at, and then turn the water off, let it drain out completely. All right, located the camera head. There is a row of trees covered in ivy back here. Again, we're at the rear of the property. If you're standing at the street looking at the front of the home, the line heads over to the far right side of the property and actually goes just beyond the trees here. Just on the other side is where it terminates at the main lateral. And this all looks newer, so more than likely this has all been approved by the city. But when you've got a situation like this where the line doesn't go out to the street, but looks like it has some kind of easement set up, I always recommend looking into it just to make sure it's an approved configuration and you've got a contract for the easement. But it being new, I would imagine it does. So right here, right now, there's not enough there, and I think it's just cobwebs. Right above the green pipe, that joint there, there's some kind of stringy, strandy things. That just appears to be cobwebs there. If that were to be a root, it would be so small and tiny right now, you could never verify it anyway. But just right here, we do have a root intrusion. So I'm going to get this mapped out here, and this does appear, we've got roots at each end, and this is definitely Orangeburg pipe. I recommend all the Orangeburg get torn out of the ground. It's terrible stuff. It will always fail. Usually when I find it, it's smashed completely flat. So it's a miracle it's even still functioning to a certain extent here. Alrighty, we're currently on the other side of the trees. There's a little kind of dirt driveway that runs on the right side of the house, or this home to the right of it. You know, this is just barely on the other side. It's kind of going almost in between two trees here. And I'm not able to get an accurate depth right at that particular spot just because it's tucked so tightly into the tree. So I put a white X right at that location, and I'll do more markings here and get a better idea of depth. You can see how deformed the shape of the pipe is. This is what's very indicative. That ridge in the middle of the pipe is not debris. The line's deforming around roots and everything like that. I've drawn a white line here just showing the direction the pipe's running, and I have a white X at either end of the spot repair. But right there, it's only 2 feet 2 inches deep. So out at the end at 19 feet, it might be as deep as 3 feet, but it's going to be right around that 2.5, 3 feet deep. Alright, I'm just about to reel the camera out of the line. This clean out, unfortunately, here is not going to allow us to go backwards into the home. The home inspector will go through the crawl space there, and if there's issues, they'll be seen. If we've got any Orangeburg, I'll kind of alert him of what that looks like. Generally, we never see Orangeburg, though, on the exterior of a house. And this looks like it goes right up to the cast iron transition here at the clean out. So definitely I'll inform him to keep his eye out here for anything like that in the line. But it starts right at the cast iron clean out here up against the house and extends all the way out to 19 feet. The repair is about 1.5 feet deep here right at the start, and it gets right around 3 feet deep at the end of the repair. And I do recommend a full replacement of any Orangeburg line. If there's some in the crawl space, it needs to go as well. And I would have a rescope done after the replacement is finished to make sure it was put in properly. You don't have a bunch of bellies or anything in the line. And this is our repair site right here. The line's coming out of the back, hangs a right, and heads over towards the trees there, and it's mapped out all the way till the transition to PVC.